or I don't know. Yeah, like what were you thinking word? What was in your mind word? But well, like I was saying, the thing that we can rescue here is that okay, you want to check everything word by word, do it. Problem is it's more work for you, it's more stress for you. And I don't check from senior up, never check word by word. If there is a mistake, spelling mistake, just write S. And they know there is a spelling mistake there. It's not that the S is missing, it's that there is a spelling mistake. Yes? And I circle words and then, put these symbols. And they know by now what they have to do. They are programmed. And they have to develop their own, say, but, and they see an arrow. So they know that there is a word missing. And they know that every clause should have a subject and a verb. If they have the verb and there is an arrow there, what is missing? The subject. So things like that we can discuss with reading and writing. You cannot discuss this with sophomore, but you can discuss with reading and writing. You can avoid so much work. So this activity I tell them to do in class, and then to apply my error codes here. And they do very well. They feel, teacher, Miss, I understand. Okay, perfect. So they understood. You can assign them the first writing activity and check them this way. At the beginning, it gets you to take time. It takes time because you are not used to it. But then it becomes normal. Yes, because we're used to saying, it's not people is. You cross out and you write R. But you shouldn't do that. You should write just the wrong word. For example, WW. That's it. And they know what to do. Yes? So, well, I have assigned these so you can, if you want, you can practice. It's just a sample activity we can do. And the fact is that you have to be always consistent with the system that you will use. If you say that if you're needing a subject, you have to put an arrow, you put an arrow. Like, no say, today you put an arrow, tomorrow you put an S. And then you forget, no, I said a spelling. No. Create your own code. Yes?
I went to a webpage of an institution similar to us in Peru. And in their webpage, they have this correction symbols. So all the teachers and students downloaded it from the same site. Yeah. I think it's the same institution, but in Peru. Yeah, by National Center. Yeah, I think, yeah.
And de Peru,
yeah.
the Chiclayo one.
I don't remember that one, but yeah.
Yeah, I know.
That one, yeah. That one, that correction symbols are in the webpage, so students and teachers can get the same, they understand the same language.
Standardized.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. I mean, as an institution, we should.
Yeah.
But if we don't feel comfortable with something, you can personalize it. Okay? So my last point here is giving feedback for writing. How do you give feedback for writing? There are 6 types of feedbacks in writing. How is the writing section feedback performed in your class? How do you give feedback? You just give the paper to your student like, hey, here's your paper. Here's your paper. Check your answer, your mistakes. Okay? What do you do? Or you say, students, you are terrible writers. I am so annoyed with your writing. I had a bad time yesterday and I couldn't sleep because of you. Yes? Tony, not kidding. So, well, there are 6 types of feedback. The first type of feedback is general feedback on the board. Okay? That's like error correction. Okay? What works and what doesn't. I take all my students' essays and I write here what works, the word what works, and here what doesn't work. What doesn't work, and I put the expression, for example, but is good. What works, but it is good. Yes? So you just sample some essays. You don't do everything. Maybe you can make a list of 10 things. What works is the good thing, what doesn't is what's not. And they say like, Miss, why do you put is? Even if it's reading or writing, yes.
Yeah, I remember a teacher. He scanned the paper without the student's name.
Yeah.
He showed the mistake and he projected to all the students.
Yeah.
So they noticed the mistake, and the one who made a mistake They say, oh, it was me, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's not the purpose,
Yeah.
but they accept. And in this way, they feel a little shame, and they try not to do it again.
Right.
I did that one.
That could work, but I think it's very radical. And
Depends on the type of students.
Yes. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. Scanning, first of all, scanning is like kind of like out of this world.
I
But
tried that.
I
tried one time.
Even with the eraser.
yeah, but you know what? The thing is that they didn't recognize the type of letter. Yes. So that's why I don't do it. But sometimes what I do, like I said, is just grab some words, and then they are asking like, who wrote that? Who wrote that? Who was that stupid that wrote that? But I take something out of everyone.
Okay.
So everyone has
something from, yeah.
everyone has something there. Okay. Well, so the first one is on the board. The second one is peer review and feedback. We already discussed that. Self-assessment checklist. We already did that too. Talk on writing through personally and individually. This would be the best. To sit with your ECC, for example, with my ECC students, I sit down and say, okay, Juana, tell me, what is your problem, Juana? Give me all your essays. Let's see. Okay. Here you don't have topic sentence. Here you don't have topic sentence. Here no. So I think you should please review the planning of the essay, blah, blah, blah. It's a more personal thing that we should do. Personal.
Yeah,
Personalize the feedback, especially in upper intermediate courses. It's important that they receive good feedback.
Yeah.
Yeah, so upper intermediate courses, reading and writing, or ECC courses, they really need our feedback. So it's important that you personalize the feedback, okay? Talk it through or write it through. If you say no, the thing is that these students are very like awkward to me, or they don't like talking too much, send them an email.
Or sometimes you can write it on the same paper.
Yeah.
In the back, write some recommendations.
I do that too, yes, writing, but I prefer sometimes being like more personal, like maybe an email or face-to-face, yes, but writing is also good on the same paper. 3 stars and a wish method. I love that one. 3 stars and a wish, for me, it's a small slip of paper that I staple them. 3 stars are 3 good things that I see in their essays, and a wish is something that I would like them to change. So the idea is that they have to accomplish my wish. They have to make my wish come true. And that slip of paper, it's like they take them away. When they finish, they say, Miss, this is my previous slip. Did I make your wish come true? And I say, yes. Okay, perfect. So I give them another slip. It's called 3 stars and a wish method. Okay? 3 stars, 3 good positive things that I can see in your essay. You have good spelling. Your vocabulary is good. Your ideas are correct. A wish, try not to make mistakes on parallel structures.
Something they have to fix.
Yes. And identify mini lessons to implement. If all the students make mistakes on the same thing, they forget that in noun clauses they have to avoid using the verb to be, or they have to avoid using, for example, a subject, and they're using it because they think it's an object relative clause and it's a subject relative clause. Oh, Jimmy, wait. It's you one.
Thank you.
Bye bye. They should definitely. You should create a mini lesson, small lesson for them to practice. Yes. And well, basically this is my recommendation for you when you're giving feedback for writing. My best activity is 5. 3 stars and a wish always works. You write 3 stars in a piece of paper and you tell them 3 good things, and a wish, I put like question mark and then I write what I want. But generally I have my slips of paper. Remember, I'm a girl, so I'm just gonna put a piece of paper and everything, okay? But well, basically, you can adapt these ideas or create your own ideas. I don't know if you have any other ideas on feedback. Do you give feedback any other way?
I do it personal, like you said, like personal in the ECC or the writing.
Yeah,
I gotta take my time.
yes, like you have to take your time and talk to your partners, to your classmates, and tell the guys to talk between each other, to see their test maybe, and say like, let me see your test. Look, but the teacher said that you have to make a you have to write a thesis statement, and you forgot. You forgot.
And when I do like personal, I kind of concentrate on the ideas, not so much on the grammar part.
Right, it's
Because,
important.
Because
Grammar is
grammar,
important, but it's not as
Yeah,
important
right.
as the content, as the
you just
organization.
have a lot of
What is
problems
your
organizing ideas.
You can write the
conceiving.
conclusion.
They have had problems with that.
Right, coherence.
Yeah,
A lot of coherence problems.
Like in the previous courses, maybe we kind of tend to pay more attention to the grammar part.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so
Because it's grammar,
it's free writing like what we do in the
but
course.
here it should be more about other things. So well, we have finished today, for today, everything. I'm going to give you these topics for next week's your demo class. Next week you won't read, this is the last session we're going to have. Next week is just the producing section.
Okay.
So I'm gonna give you these. Please remember to find the considerations. There, Tony is unit 3, Mike, we're unit 7.